welcome to the TubeTalk.
Welcome back, Douglas, in the first week of the school holidays.
Yep.
What's your big thing been for this week?
Just gaming on my PC all the time, yeah.
Well, no, it was that you had saved up and bought all the different parts for your PC.
Yeah, that's
from
true.
your work here.
Yep.
And you built it this week with the help of someone.
$11 an hour, yeah.
And you built it and you're proud of it.
Yeah.
And now you've been locked in your room gaming. But we've dragged you out for TubeTalk.
Yeah, and we're part of the horses that have just won last week. We had 3 winners. The first one being Wairee Falls.
Well-deserved win, and we said we liked him last week. Got back, tempo was good, knocked out, let down, won easy. There's a good race in this horse. There's a really good race in this horse. And I think he'll stretch out past 1600. He's been up for a while, so he's gone for a break now because there's not a lot of races around for the next month or so. But he'll come back, he'll keep going up in grade, and there's a good race in him.
And then on Wednesday, Chablis also won.
Yes, one of our European imports from last year. He's now won 2 in a row. Previous start, he broke the track record. Came out Wednesday, sat back again, genuine speed, won really well. Hugh Bowman gave him a great rap afterwards. He said he's going to go, he said as he goes up through the grades he'll just get better because he wants a hard run race, speed on. He's got an excellent turn of foot. He's a really exciting horse.
And then on Wednesday, also Mighty Beer won as well.
Yeah, very impressive. Second up, riding was on the wall after his good first up win by over 3 lengths. James McDonald also gave him a huge rap and said he's just going to go all the way through the grades. He's going to be very successful this preparation. He's an exciting stay, and it'll be interesting to see how far he gets because he ate up all that 1900 metres yesterday.
And then finally, a Tissue ran 6th in the Epsom, so we just want to touch on that.
We did a really, really good run. Kathy O'Hara with the lightweight drove her out of the gates and probably just drove her too hard for a bit too long. She got into a really good spot, 1-1, but we had to use up a lot of juice to get there. And she had the top speed of any horse in the race through the entire race, and that was from the 1400 to the 1200. So she burnt a lot of gas to get there. She loomed at the 300, looked like she might win, and then just got knocked off late. So, look, it worked in the Bill Ritchie, and on another day it might have worked, those tactics, but they didn't, but she's proven herself to be right up to that grade, and she's come through the race well. She'll have a little breather, and there's a number of options for her, but the Golden Eagle is the $7.5 million race, is the race we're probably looking at the end of the night.
Moving on to this week, on Saturday at Matamata Race 1, we have Rip 'em Up.
Fresh up, good mare. Has taken a while to mature, but she's really good now, really mature. This campaign is all about aiming at black type. She needs to get up over ground to the mile on Saturday. It's just a starting point. She's got an outside barrier. Track might be a bit wet for her, but that's all okay. It's just a starting point. She'll get back, relax, and I expect her to run home well.
Race 6, She's Apples.
Been in really good form, and she was a victim last week of bad tactics by the owner and trainer, and decided to go forward on her, and she ended up 3 wide on the speed, just too tough. So she's got a wide barrier draw. We may scratch because there's a really good race for her next week at Rotorua, where she's won before. So from the wide barrier draw, we're probably opting to that. If she does run, we'll be taking different tactics, letting her find her feet, relax, and getting home. But I think she's a doubtful starter.
And then at Howrah, race 3, we have Make Time.
Yeah, resuming. We've been waiting for a track for him that's not heavy, but we continue to wait, and we might end up getting a heavy track on Saturday too at Howrah. We'll see. If it's in the slow range, he'll run. He's got a nice barrier draw. If it's a heavy 10, we might just run anyway to get him underway. He's not terrible on a heavy track. We just don't want to knock his guts out of him first up. Transfer to Lisa Ladders. He does go good for each. He's got a nice barrier draw. He's a definite each way chance first up. Track conditions may just temper that. Slow is better.
And then on Sunday, race 7 is Loose Cannon.
Loose Cannon in the Taranaki Breeders' Stakes. Weight for Age Group 3. Chasing Black Type with her. She was awfully impressive first up. Bolted in. She's a highly, highly talented horse. She's a 6-year-old. She's only had 10 starts because she's been injury prone. But she's got an enormous motor on her. She's very badly off in weight for age at the weights. But she's got the class to cope with it and the ability to cope with it. And as we're chasing Black Type with her, we're not too concerned about the effect it might have on her rating. So she's in. Courtney Barnes rides. Nice barrier draw 7. Heavy track wouldn't be ideal, but she'll run anyway. I'd rather have it heavy than good for her. A slow track would be better. She'll run really well. She can win. If things go away, she can win. She's got a lot of ability. Tough field though. Really looking forward to watching her run.
And then on Sunday at Ballarat Race 8, we have Skyman in the Seymour Cup.
Yeah, you know, the wonderful Skyman. Barrier 3, nice barrier. Damien Thornton sticks with him. $200,000 listed race. The mile looks really good for him. He's really well. I think he's right up to this field. There's a couple of up-and-comers in there to keep an eye on, but he's a definite top 3 chance, and he's a good winning chance in this race. So he'll be getting a bit of my money on Sunday, and if he wins, he will really deserve it. And he's another one of our imports, Doug, which is a nice segue into saying we'll be contacting people shortly because we're buying out of the European sales, the autumn horse and training sale end of this month in the market.
And then moving on to bid of the week. So this bid of the week is at Caulfield Race 9, the Superstorm. Yeah,
and the 2-rack handicap. So there's a couple of spruik horses in there, very good horses. Elephant is in there, and I'm Thunderstruck. Both really, really talented horses with a lot of ability. But there's a big spruik on them, and sometimes that means their odds aren't great. And I'm Thunderstruck is very good. He was 3rd last start at weight for age Group 1. And so is Elephant. He's very good. But Superstorm I like. He ran 3rd in this race last year as a 4-year-old, carrying more weight than he does this year. He then went to the Golden Eagle, ran 6th of 18 on an unsuitable heavy track. He's 4th up this time and he's had 3 runs. He won the fee in over a mile at Moonee Valley. He then ran 3rd behind Zaki and probably where he was closing off hard late at weight for age. He drops back to 56.5 kilos. Hasn't got a great barrier draw, but I think the $13 is well over. So I think if there's good tempo on, he can be getting home hard late. So I think he's a really good each way bet. So Superstorm is our bet of the week this week in the 2-rack.
That concludes TubeTalk, doesn't it?
It does, Douglas. Thank you very much, and we shall see you back next week.
Bye.
Followed then by Snowfire Shibley and Reformer still last getting to the outside. They swing for home now and it's Escape just in front of Margie B. Agrimony strides up 3 wide. Ruby Tuesday in a pocket, then Shibley and Reformers down the outside as Agrimony's given the cue at the 300. Races to a narrow lead, but Shibley's quickly on the scene and Reformers the outside putting in. Shibley races to the lead now from Reformers giving chase. It's Shibley just in front of Reformers. Shibley's lifting the inside and Shibley will beat Reformist.